Hi, I'm Kirk Lyons, and this is All Things Confederate. We have two very special guests today. Came all the way down from Elizabethton, Tennessee. We've got Bill Hicks, compatriot Bill Hicks, who's a member of Lieutenant Robert J. Tipton Camp in Elizabethton. And we've got the brigade commander, Vaughn's brigade commander for that part of Tennessee, Rick Morrill. Welcome, gentlemen. Glad you're here today.
Thank you, sir. Wonderful to be here.
Well, we've had a little confab here today to talk about the Green Hill Cemetery in Elizabethton. And y'all figure out which one you want to talk about, but let's talk a little bit about the cemetery. Tell us about the cemetery.
Well, the cemetery is an very old cemetery. Members of the Tipton family first formed the cemetery back in the 1700s. It contained soldiers from the Revolutionary War, War of 1812, and of course the War for Southern Independence. And as members of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, we concentrated our activities on preserving the graves of the Confederate veterans in that cemetery.
What kind of events have you had there in the past at the cemetery?
We have had several memorial events since Lieutenant Tipton was in Company B of the 19th Infantry. We have a reenactment group there, Company B, the Tennessee 19th Infantry. They have had several events there. We also put up a large flagpole there last year in September. We had a memorial event there.
What do you have flying from the flagpole?
I beg your pardon?
What do you have flying from the flagpole?
At present, we have the 3rd National flying. And
is it still there?
It is still there. We've
Very
had
good.
2 stolen, but we don't know who got them. But it's still there. We refresh the flag every few months when the fly-in gets tattered, which is normally what goes first. It's another one is raised. So we're proud of those efforts that we put forth, and we honor those men with the flag that they fought under. And just recently, yesterday, as a matter of fact, we found the 5th Confederate soldier buried in there, and we had Elizabethton Camp decorated his grave yesterday.
Okay. Who was that? His name was Beckner, as I recall.
His name is William Beckner. He was born in Virginia, but eventually he wound up, I believe, in Roan Mountain, Tennessee, and he passed away there, and he's buried in Green Hill Cemetery. We found his grave on the internet. We weren't looking for it. We just stumbled across it, but that was a very fortunate stumble.
So you got Revolutionary War soldiers.
Yes.
You got War of 1812.
Yes.
You got war between the states, both sides.
Yes.
Do you have anything from the Spanish-American War that you know of?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, but you have World War I. World War I veteran in the cemetery.
I believe we have one, possibly. Yeah.
Okay. And y'all have an event coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, on December the 15th at 2 p.m., we will be having a ceremony.
That's a Saturday?
That's on a Saturday.
Okay.
It's called a Confederate Christmas Remembered, and this program will be sponsored by the Lieutenant Robert J. Tipton Camp, number 2083 of Elizabethton. We have a memorial also, which the camp place was very proudly placed in that cemetery. It's the one we had so much trouble getting placed within the city of Elizabethton, which was denied by the Elizabethton Historic Zoning Commission. Nevertheless, we were able to find a place for it. It's in Green Hill, and we've got the 1st National battle flag and 3rd National flags on that memorial. It's a beautiful memorial, and I hope people would attend and see the memorial. Also, the namesake of the Elizabethton camp, Lieutenant Robert J. Tipton, is buried in that cemetery.
Now, y'all have been doing some work in establishing people today who are related to people in that cemetery, and y'all have just made some discoveries of people living in Elizabethton that are related to people that are buried there, which gives them a special relationship, as I understand it, in the cemetery. Rick, you're a minister of the gospel, and you're going to be there at that memorial service. Tell us a little bit about the service, what you plan to do, and what's going to happen there.
Yes, sir, Kurt. We going to be having a service honoring those men that are there. We're going to also honor the other veterans that are interim there. We're going to do a special service. It is a Christmas Remembered, Confederate Christmas Remembered, and we're going to, of course, celebrate the Lord Jesus Christ first and foremost, and bring into the fact that the Confederate States of America was a very God-fearing, God-loving community of people that enjoyed the freedoms that God gave to them. And we're trying to keep that memory so refreshed and so alive in the hearts of every individual in our area.
Well, let's talk about a few of the problems that you might have. Now, right now, the cemetery, there's a gate there.
Yes, sir.
And talk a little bit about how people get into the cemetery, because it seems like it's not an easy place to get into.
No, sir. The cemetery has three sides that are sloped, and the one side is kind of level to the front. They placed a gate at the only accessible where you can come from Blacktop up some reasonable.
And they is the Watauga Historical Society.
Watauga Historical Society, and they placed a gate there with a lock on it, and anybody that's handicapped it's inaccessible because of that. You can make your way in different areas, and one of the most accessible areas, they put a wrought iron fence up there in front of it. It's becoming quite an unagreeable way to try to enter into the cemetery. It's just hard.
Now, there's a sign posted there.
Yes, sir.
And it says that it's open from sunrise to sunset, as I recall what the wording that I saw.
Yes, sir.
But is it open?
No, sir. There's the gates. I've never seen the lock off the gate, and I've been there on several occasions during daylight hours. Of course, I don't visit many graveyards after dark.
But really, there is no particular handicap access right now. It's kind of hard. If you're handicapped, you're going to have a hard time.
You have a real hard time getting up there if you're handicapped. Yes, you definitely need assistance.
Y'all are probably going to need to help any of your handicapped visitors up there, and then hope that gate's open, right?
Yes, sir. We are in hopes. We've sent certified letters. We've had a lieutenant from the sheriff's office deliver a letter to get into this cemetery. We've tried our best to work peaceably and kindly with his organization. We have no vendetta against them. We just want access to honor the veterans that are there.
So if the sign says that they're supposed to be open, then if y'all tell them you're going to have a memorial service, then from their own posted rules, it should be open when y'all get there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we hope to be there when that event happens, and hopefully the gate will be open. But if it's not, maybe we can see what can be done within the confines of the law. What plans do you have for the future of the cemetery? Do you have any other future events coming up? How is the cemetery maintained right now?
It is maintained by the Watauga Historical Society, and the maintenance of it has been a little lacking. Bill has did some maintenance there on the Confederate graves. That's how it's been maintained.
Okay. And who owns the cemetery?
No one that we're aware of. There is a deed, but it is a deed not registered, based on the research that I can find. As I mentioned earlier, it was called the Tipton Cemetery. That's the only name that I know that it's gone by, other than Green Hill. It has been maintained, I would say, haphazardly at times. The Sons of Confederate Veterans have went in there and taken over some of the mowing at times due to the fact that it wasn't mowed. We have found the Confederate graves unmowed at times.
How tall? What's the tallest the grass has ever been that you've seen?
I would say almost up to your armpit. Really. And that was several years ago, and the Sons of Confederate Veterans took it upon themselves to at least one member to go in there and remedy the situation. So we do what we can. We just want our flags that we place on the Confederate soldiers respected, not pushed into the ground. And we just would like to live in peace with the community. But when we're assaulted verbally for no reason, when our memorials are mistreated for no reason, then we have to respond. But we've done so in an honorable manner.
Sure.
That's why we're here this morning, too.
And they've actually had some people that have claimed that y'all are trying to turn it into a military cemetery.
Yes.
How would you respond to that?
Well, a flag doesn't make a military cemetery. There are veterans in there from all wars. I know a cemetery in Johnson City which has 5 flagpoles. It has no. It is not recognized as a military cemetery.
Right.
It has 3 United States flags, 1 Tennessee flag, and 1 Confederate flag, and there has been no trouble whatsoever from within that community of the flying of any of those flags. And by the way, the Sons of Confederate Veterans are going to get that in, was placed by Bones Brigade and
Right.
United Daughters of the Confederacy.
There have been some flagging events at the cemetery. How many have y'all had so far? How many flagging events?
Well, I believe we've had 3 official flaggings. I have gone down there on my own twice to carry the flag and present a CD about the Confederate battle flag to anyone who stopped and asked. We gave them some information about flagging while we were flagging, the purpose of flagging, just what we were doing out there on a rainy day. They might think, well, you've got something better to do. No, we don't have anything better to do than honor our ancestors.
Right.
When they're attacked, we respond, and the flagging has been an excellent way to draw the public's attention
Right.
To the situation. To me, it is a tool, a valuable tool, if used in a wise manner, in an honorable manner.
Sure.
It can draw attention to your problems that you might be having with a group, with your city council. I do know that our memorials are not respected in many
Sure.
areas of the country, and sadly here in the South.
So, calling all flaggers, if you can make it to Elizabethton, Tennessee, to the Green Hill Cemetery, Bill, give them a phone number that they can call to find out more about the cemetery. You can certainly call us here at 828-669-5189, and we'll give you whatever information we have. Is there a local number that...
Yes, they can reach us at 423-542-6782.
And this event is Saturday, December the
15th.
The 15th.
At Green Hill Cemetery.
Green Hill Cemetery. Be there, be square, bring your flags, and we need to show support for these folks that are doing nothing more than trying to honor their ancestors and the honor of the Confederate soldier in the Green Hill Cemetery, where there are 5 Confederate soldiers buried. And be a beacon of sanity and reasonableness in Carter County as they try to bring these issues before the different entities there in that county that claim to be running that cemetery. So come if you can. Also, we need you to support the SLRC. If you're not a member, it costs you $35 a year. Your camp or chapter, $200 a year. To become a member of the SLRC, we have been working with the good folks there in Carter County to bring a little sanity and a plan that will help everybody in the county work with Confederate heritage and honoring those men that are buried there in that cemetery. So join if you haven't. We have information here at the end of this broadcast as to how you can become a member. And Bill and Rick, thank you so much for coming today. We hope to have you back for an update.
Absolutely.
All righty. Signing off here.